Hi, my friends. My name is Claire, and you stumbled upon Porch Coffee, so please stick around. Hi, friends. My name is Claire, and this is my channel, Porch Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos a few times a week. So click the like and the share, help me get to 10K before the end of the year. Hey friends, I'm constantly trying to figure out how to hold my camera for this. Somebody suggested the tripod, and you know what? That's probably a smart idea. It's just so early. It's just so early. If you're new here, I'm a late diagnosed autistic lady, and I come on YouTube and have coffee with you every Monday morning. Why? Why? Because when you are autistic, it is really difficult to have friends. It is a social and communication difference for sure. And if you're autistic, you know that. So I come on here and I tell you about my week, and you come on here, listen to my week, and then you could tell me about your week in the comments, and we can have a little chat, and there you have it, internet friends. How's your week? Mine, I think, was okay. I always come in here in the morning to film this. Okay, here comes the cat. Okay, now she's on my knees. Oh, right. Every time I come on here in the mornings, it's pre-coffee, and I just can't function, so I'm trying my best. So what happened this week? Oh my gosh, so much happened this week. I'm really glad that I do these because it's almost like also like a personal diary that I can watch back and see what I was doing because I have the memory of a goldfish. Hi, I'm Claire. Oh, that was a goldfish joke. Sorry. Last week I was telling you about that I went to my favorite thrift store and they had a serger and I didn't get it, and I was kind of kicking myself. Maybe I should go get it. I wasn't sure. And then eventually I made the decision not to get it. And then Tuesday rolled around and I thought, well, if I had a coupon and if it's still there, I'm thinking it would be a good investment for my company because I do want to buy one for Woodshed Theory eventually. But if I buy one eventually, it's going to cost, $250 up. And even if I buy it used, it's going to cost $150, at least $100 up. So I went back to the store. I brought a few skeins of vintage yarn and got my 20% off coupon. I walked in thinking there's no way it's going to be there. And it was there. So I should explain what a serger is. If you look on the inside of your clothing that you've bought at a store, there's probably a 90% chance or higher that it has been overlocked, or they also call it serged, inside. So basically it covers the edge of the raw seams of the fabric. So when you cut fabric and it starts to fray, those are the raw edges of the fabric. This covers those edges and makes sure that it doesn't fray. So it finishes the edges of your fabric. So it's a way to finish the inside of your garment so that it lasts longer. There's less bulk because you don't need to do a French seam. Now I'm like just going into lessons. So anyway, it is like a super nice and professional thing to have. So it was originally $75, which, I hate saying I'll be honest because that's like a give for like, oh, it's not honest, but this is true. I'm on kind of a tight budget with my business. So it was a big spend for me. I was able to use a coupon and I got it for $66. And what a great deal. Is it as fancy as, the newer machines that you can get today and spend whatever you want on them? Honestly, you could start at $250, go up to $5,000, right? No, it's not as fancy, but it does the job and I love it so much. So I couldn't wait. I got some fabric and I started making my jumper. And that's the first thing I've made with my serger. So if you go on to my short videos on this channel, you can see me making that. And it came out so cute. I spent a few days working on it, on and off, and was able to get it finished. Still struggling with zippers, people. Maybe I should talk about how autistic people have special interests. But if you're autistic, you probably already know. So I'm just telling you about one of my special interests right now. It's my dream to sew my own clothes, and I'm doing it. I just have thought about it for so long. I'm so happy I got the serger, honestly. I've been talking about this for like 10 minutes now and nobody's gonna watch it. Everybody has clicked off the video by now. So if you've made it this far, in the comments, let me know, and thanks. I've also been working on hats this week. I got 2 done yesterday and then I realized the second one had a hole in it, so I have to take the entire thing apart. I've heard comments before about like how making hats on a knitting machine isn't that hard. It's not necessarily that it's hard, it's just that sometimes it doesn't come out perfectly, and I'm only going to put things on my Etsy store that are perfect, and there's a lot of other things that go into making the hats, so I'm just working on that because Black Friday's coming up and I'm not anywhere near ready for it, so that's going to be my big project this week. Hopefully also this week I'll be able to do an autism video, get back to that. I'm feeling a little bit better about that. I've been taking my medication. Man, why is taking medication so hard? You know what the weird thing is to me? Psychiatric patients are meant to like figure out and take their medication on their own a lot of the times. And then people wonder why they don't or they struggle to. Should the psychiatric part be a giveaway? Like, I don't, like, for real? Like, people who have normal issues struggle to remember to take their medication. Yesterday, speaking of friendships, I was invited out to have coffee with a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, and I'm so happy she asked me. And she asked a few days in advance, so I felt like I had time to like prepare for it mentally, and I felt good going. So that was a refresher because a lot of times I'll make plans. I know you guys understand this, and then later I'm like, don't want to go. But this felt great. I knew where we were going. I'd been there before. I know my friend. So it was so nice to see her and sit over coffee and have a chat, and then we took a little walk. The place that we were in was really noisy, so I was a little worried about that at first because I didn't bring my earplugs, but we were able to move to an area where it wasn't as noisy and we got to have a nice quiet chat, and I really appreciated that. The only other people in that section with us were 2 people who seemed to be maybe on a first date, so that was super cute because they were like asking each other questions. I was trying not to like eavesdrop, but young love, the beginning of something new. Yeah, so all in all, it was a pretty okay week. I just felt that, I don't know. So autism-wise, I'm trying to focus on the things that I can do and I like doing. You know I struggle with balance. I talk about it all the time. I know you struggle with balance. You tell me all the time. But I really struggle, like, if I don't, I don't want to put it that way. I try to do what I can. It can be difficult sometimes. I want to be able to function like a neurotypical sometimes in my work ethic and consistency. bring myself to do things on a consistent basis. And that is really hard for me. So as an autistic person, I try to do things like keep small routines and just keep positive. But sometimes I get down on myself for not doing enough or not being in a certain place or not feeling up to doing something. And I'm trying to let that go in my life. And to an extent I have, but it's still there, you know? It's still there. I feel like I'm not doing enough, that I'm not successful enough, that I'm not, you know, it's just not enough. And in reality, I know that I'm enough and that it's enough because it's what I can give. But I still want to give more and do better. Like if I was giving this amount and I felt more successful, then I don't think it would be that big of a deal. I don't know. I hate talking about this stuff with you guys because, well, I like talking to you guys about this stuff because I know you understand, but I struggle to talk about it because I never want you guys to think that I'm ungrateful. Oh my gosh, my battery's gonna die. Well, that's unexpected. Anyway, I had a great week. Before my battery dies, I should probably like bow out. I just didn't think I was going to die this quick. I just charged the battery, but I noticed it didn't really charge. So sorry about that. If this video cuts off at any time, just know that I love you and I hope you have a great week. I'm just going to keep talking until it dies. Yeah, so good week. Struggling with sense of balance. Happy to be sewing. Probably going to sew some more today. And then work on some hats. But I also want to get back to doing autism videos. How was your week? Please tell me about it in the comments. Ooh, I'm glad I got that out. I really want to know what's going on. Are you enjoying the fall weather in America? And if you're not in America, are you enjoying the summer somewhere else? Somewhere out there? How are you coping with things? How do you bring yourself to be more consistent? That would be my goal. How do we become more consistent as autistic people and still save our energy? Anyway, I guess I can stop the video now. I hope you have a good one. Remember that you are worthy and that autism isn't a bad thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a great person, and you deserve good things. Remember that. All right. Bye, friends.